Uh, Good morning, everyone. Congratulations, Team VIT, for organizing this wonderful event, and thank you for allowing me to be a part of it. It's a great honor to be among speakers like Mr. Vivek Srinivasan to hear inspiring stories. I was born in Goa, grew up there, had good childhood, first best student in school, then merit rank holder in SSC, then admission in medical college. It was an upward graph. But somewhere in medical college, my career plateaued. After MBBS, I managed to get into postgraduate diploma in obstetrics and gynecology. I was feeling quite low because I did not get the seat which I wanted. And at the same time, our dean commented that diploma students are mediocre. I started believing in him because I felt MS and MD seats are taken by the toppers and us remaining lot goes for diploma. So not expecting anything great out of myself, I joined a private hospital. My life was going along a straight road. I was feeling quite uneasy. At one point in my life, at one crossroad, I saw a different road, a road less traveled. I chose that path. I got married to Dr. Digant Amte, son of Dr. Prakash and Dr. Mandakini Amte, grandson of Baba Amte and Sadhna Tai. This was a turning point in my life. I joined Lok Biradari Prakalp, founded in 1973 by Baba Amte, for betterment of Maya Gond tribals situated in central India. These were social outcasts forgotten by rest of the world. He was joined by his son and daughter-in-law, Dr. Prakash and Dr. Mandakini, who gave up their city life. Project was set at Hemalkasa, a dense forest in Maharashtra on the border of Chhattisgarh and Andhra Pradesh. That time there were no roads, no electricity, no telephone lines. Just imagine, it used to take almost one day to travel last 60 kilometers, which is now traveled in 2 hours. And after all this, the tribals wouldn't come forward to take treatment. It was a Herculean task for my in-laws to gain trust of these shy retreating people, but they managed successfully. When I heard all this, I was overwhelmed, awed by the amount of work they had done, the efforts they had put up. I felt unworthy, incompetent to occupy their place, to sit in their chair, but they encouraged me, saying, as a gynecologist, you'll be able to help the ladies better with your knowledge and your education. So I set out to prove my worth. Now trust was not an issue because that MOU was already signed. I had to learn the language, everyone helped me. I started examining the ladies, the pregnant ladies. I did their blood tests, sonography examinations, started counseling them about pregnancy care, diet, medication, high risk factors, and slowly the number of ladies coming to my OPD increased. Number of patients coming for hospital delivery increased, almost doubled in a year and kept on increasing. But still I did not have courage to do cesarean or any other surgeries. I was scared, rather I was not confident. I would refer them to a hospital 60 kilometers away. But one day one of my own staff went in labor. She was quite short and needed cesarean, and she requested me to do it. It was her confidence in me that made me do my first cesarean at Hemalkasa. After that I did not stop. I started doing whatever small surgeries I could to help these poor women. We are talking about gender equality, but the tribal woman still has to stay outside the village during menses till the bleeding stops. She is not allowed in the village. So ladies with menstrual problems started coming to me, and I was glad that simple curating helped many of them. By now we had established a rapport. Patients with various problems like infertility, etc. started coming. I used to read up, upgrade my knowledge, turn to my seniors. Phone was a real boon to me. But every day a new challenge would come up and I had to be on my toes. One day one lady with twins came and she was quite anemic. We delivered her. We were trying to arrange blood transfusion for her, and by the time we could arrange it, she went against her advice. She walked home for almost 15 kilometers with 2 babies. 2 days later we came to know that she died. Anemia is quite common amongst tribals because of malaria and malnutrition. Pregnancy as such worsens anemia. To add to it, there are customs and beliefs. These people believe that taking iron tablets will increase the weight of the baby and make the delivery difficult. So they don't take iron tablet. After delivery, the lady and the baby kept in a separate hut for a week, nobody touches them, and the lady is given just rice and salt to eat, so no nutrition. I started convincing the patients, the delivered ladies, to stay in the hospital for a week, so we could give them nutritious food and I could keep an eye on patient and the baby. It was a multitasking job. All of us had to multitask. Along being a gynecologist, I was delivering out babies. At the same time, I had to be a pediatrician as well. There were no pediatricians, just two of us. So my basic knowledge in reviving babies came very handy. Each baby saved boosted confidence in me to do more. I started taking more interest in premature, low birth weight babies, and slowly an ICU care developed. Though we couldn't save all the babies, many were lost because finally we were not experts. We were just amateurs. But we felt bad for those babies which could have been saved but could not be saved because their parents were not willing to stay for longer period. As usual, it took time for them to realize they are doing for their best. And our major success was when we saved a baby weighing 1 kg. The parents stayed for almost 1.5 months till she became 2 kilograms, and now that baby is 3 years old and is doing well. While doing all this, modernizing healthcare, increasing healthcare facilities, we realized that we need trained staff, specialized care. Now nobody from outside world was coming to help us, to work with us, as we couldn't give them good salary. So we decided to train our own staff. My in-laws suggested that to train the local tribal people. We took in some 10th, 12th pass tribal boys and girls. I started training them. I gave them informal lectures, used videos from YouTube, made models for practicing, put up posters, emergency drills, and built a team of healthcare workers. One organization helped us to set up an eye care center. One person was trained in detecting and treating eye diseases, while the other one to make spectacles. Slowly we were going forwards. There were many people coming out to help us. Now we are made good people by the virtues lived or taught by our parents. My father is an architect by profession but environmentalist at heart. My mother too is environment conscious, especially about plastic. She never carries plastic bag to the market, always cloth bags. So these sanskar were bound to have some effect on me. Any roadside littered with plastic always disturbed me. I felt somebody should do something, people should change their habit. But at one point it hit me that if I want something to change, I should initiate it. Be the change you wish to see. So I started from my own house. I started sorting my waste from my house with the help of my family, then moved on to the hospital. At hospital we try to use as much reusable items as possible, but still amount of plastic generated is vast because everything today is wrapped in plastic. I taught the staff to segregate the waste in plastic, sharps and biodegradable. It was a tough job because many felt, why do all these things? Just dump everything in a bin or set fire to it, that's the end of it. But slowly they learned to follow it. Then we moved on to the entire Lok Biradari. Now Lok Biradari houses around 1000 residents, 750 out of them are residential students. We requested everyone to store their plastic in separate bin, and weekly we would collect it every Sunday from each house. But still it took 3 to 4 months for people to follow this routine. After 2 years of this weekly routine, one teacher and few students came forward to take this responsibility on their own out of our hand. Now, though the Prakalp has not yet reached zero garbage level, it is well maintained, and most importantly, the residents are environment conscious. Slowly we were making change, but problems never stop. We try to find good, something positive out of every negative event. One day, some of the students were found carrying porno stuff. Same month, one girl from 8th standard came to me and she was found pregnant. I asked her how this happened. She said she was enjoying and khel me it happened. She was not even aware that their khel would lead to pregnancy. I started thinking, now one thing is that teenage pregnancy, premarital sex are not taboo in their culture. The girl is not humiliated by family or the society. The men here are men enough to own up and to marry the girl. But 16 is too early to start a family. My in-laws had worked very hard and raised the marriageable age from 14 years to 18 years, and we did not want it to go waste. The problem was that these teenage boys and girls, with the influence of film life, on the brink of adulthood, with so many changes occurring in the body, did not know how to react. There was nobody to explain to them why and how these changes occur, how to react, what is correct, what is wrong. We decided to start sex education. Headmasters from many schools welcomed enthusiastically. We showed them a CD about growing up. It was in Marathi, but tribal kids could not follow that Marathi. Also, the problems addressed in the film regarding adolescence were of city kids. Tribal kids could not relate to those problems. Now what to do? One of our teachers had little bit experience in filmmaking. So we thought, why not make our own film? We sat with the students, discussed with them their knowledge, their questions, their problems, their taboos regarding growing up, wrote a script in Madia language, shot 2 films, one for girls, one for boys. Now at the same time, our dentist had seen many cases of oral cancer, so he had done a survey in about 10 schools in the nearby area, and it was shocking to find that tribal children start chewing tobacco at the age of 5 to 6 years. He wanted to educate them by showing a documentary. Not finding a good one, he also joined hands with us and made another one. Tribal people, the Madia Gonds, are protected by Mother Nature from all types of cancers and diseases like diabetes. Only cancer found in them is oral cancer, which is due to tobacco. Tobacco also causes hypertension and stroke in them. This problem was widespread, so we needed to address it on a wider scale. We planned a cycle rally of 10 days. We visited 25 villages on bicycle in 10 days. Our students performed a street play in front of them. We showed all these 3 films, and we could see that all this had profound effect on the people. Many adults admitted that it is difficult for them to change at this juncture, at this age, but at least they would try to imbue better habits in their children. Some of the youth, children, students came forward to take oaths spontaneously to quit tobacco henceforth. Emboldened by this success and realizing that films, videos in local language is good medium of education and spreading awareness, we decided to make 3 more films. A teacher from our school and few students came forward. We wrote a story about how diseases like malaria, diarrhea spread and how we can prevent them. We shot 3 films in a sort of entertaining way. This shows a mosquito biting a student, how by putting up a mosquito net, how you can prevent the mosquito bite. So in such a way we tried to give message about health awareness to students. So this year, along with sex education, in our school health awareness program, we are also launching hygiene related diseases. Another aspect of adolescent health which bothered us was sanitary pads for girls. Many girls in the villages still use cloth as sanitary napkin, which is quite dirty, but many school going girls have shifted to ready-made ones like Stay Free, Whisper, etc. But these products are quite costly for them. So what they do, they use it for longer period, 1 to 2 pads per day. Now a dirty cloth or a prolonged use of clean sanitary pad, both causes rash and infections, because the pad has to be changed at least 3 to 4 times a day. In order to find cheaper but hygienic alternative to this problem, we thought of starting our own manufacturing unit, and with the help of an NGO from Baroda, we started our own manufacturing unit and started selling them at very cheaper rates. It was not over yet. The hospital was functioning as a secondary healthcare center, treating around 40,000 patients per year from 200 villages across Maharashtra, Chhattisgarh and Andhra Pradesh. Deaths by malaria decreased by almost 70 to 80%, neonatal care, maternal care improved. But still, we were not happy because there were still some villages which were not approachable for 5 to 6 months a year. Still, those people have to spend an entire day to take treatment for any minor ailment. We decided to start healthcare centers. We discussed with villagers, identified 4 youth from 4 villages, trained them as village health workers. Now they are providing healthcare to around 20 villages on the border of Chhattisgarh, treating minor ailments, educating them and saving lives. It was not an easy road. There were many wrong turns before we could find right path, many failures before we could write success stories. My husband was always there by my side in all my endeavors, but our main fallback team was my in-laws. They always guided us out of any problem. They provided a ready-made base for us to take off, to build our dream of a modern, well-equipped hospital. Many hands came forward to help us to achieve this dream. We will be eternally grateful to them. As I said earlier, I was an average person, considering myself mediocre. I wouldn't have achieved any of this if my husband, my family, my friends, my colleagues, and most importantly, my patients had not believed in me, had not encouraged me. They made me believe in myself, to listen to my heart, to not to what critics or skeptics say. The journey is not yet over. There is still so much to achieve, so much to do. But Rome was not built in a day. We will battle on. I would like to close by saying these lines by Robert Frost. Woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep and miles to go before I sleep. Thank you for patiently.